Well, pretty amazing weekend that you got to see here on Channel 57 Sports. I'm talking about the AUDL's championship weekend that was over at Breese Stevens Field with the Madison Radicals hosting it. And wow, I mean, absolutely amazing. And let's talk about it as we bring in Tim DeBile from the Madison Radicals. And Tim, I mean, what an absolutely amazing weekend. We'll get to all of that, but let's talk about the game first. You guys run through the regular season undefeated, and we're so close to moving on to the championship game. Talk about that last game if you could.
Yeah, I mean, it was difficult. We led wire to wire just about. We went up early, late in the third quarter. We were up 20-13, I remember, and I was thinking that we were in really good shape, and you know, everything just seemed to go wrong. There was a guy on their team who threw a 90-yard goal with no time remaining in the third that really kind of kicked it off for them, and you know, they never got the lead until I believe 30 seconds left. They went up one for the first time all game, and we had two chances really to tie it, and both the opportunities looked really good, and we just couldn't convert on either, and it was a really heartbreaking loss for us. I've not been a part of a loss quite like that before.
Heartbreaking, probably the best way to describe it, especially in front of such a packed house out at Breese Stevens Field. It seemed like the atmosphere was absolutely electric, and that came through on television as well. So talk about the season then and kind of reviewing it, and what do you take away from the season? Because you guys still had a great year.
Yeah, I mean, we went 15-0 in regular season and playoffs, and you know, led through most of that semifinal game, and you know, I think it just showed that we're right where we want to be. And you know, like all sports, sometimes you just can't get that win. And you know, I think every year we're really close. And you know, we've lost all 4 times in the Final Four by I think a combined 6 goals now total.
Wow.
So you know, every game has been really close, and we just keep coming up on the wrong side of it. And I mean, obviously that's partially our fault, but I mean, a lot of it, there's a little bit of luck involved in some of the ends of those games. And you know, literally the last goal that we tried to get, you know, it was a millimeter. This guy managed to just get the defense by, you know, just almost immeasurable. So, you know, it came down to that. And so it was a great season, and we're really happy with how it went. And, you know, it was an amazing championship weekend here, and the fans were just incredible.
Yeah, the league definitely seemed impressed by it too. You know, talking about like the announcers, what they were talking about, seemed like an incredible weekend. How about next season? What can we look forward to next season? When do you guys start? What's going to be happening next year?
Yeah, our combine will be in January, and you know, we'll get the top 100 guys kind of in the Midwest out, and you know, we'll pick a new team. And I think a lot of the guys are coming back, but we're always looking for new talent, and you know, we'll start all over. And opening day will be in April, and it'll go through till August again. And you know, I'm already excited to start over. The first week after that loss was a little difficult, but you know, we kind of had a get together after that, and we all, you know, got over it, and we're all ready to get started again.
Yeah, absolutely great. It looked great on TV, and I'm sure next season we'll go out and get them then and finish off what you guys have started and been so close to so many years in a row. Tim DeBile, our guest here on the program. Tim, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Brought to you by Conan Automotive, taking care of you by taking care of your family's car. All right, let's talk some pigskin right now as we bring in the offensive coordinator of the Evansville Blue Devils, and that, of course, is Mike Maves. And, Coach, thank you for joining us, and let's talk a little bit about how the season started and a little bit about that new revamped Rock Valley Conference. What does that conference look like now?
Well, Rich, we had 2 conferences last year, the Rock Valley North and the Rock Valley South. And this year we combined, actually 2 teams left the conference, Palmyra Eagle and Orfordville. They're a little smaller in enrollment. So we have a 10-team conference, no non-conference games, so every game counts this year, and it's going to be competitive.
Yeah, boy, when you got to play every week as a conference game, that is always tough, and you got to be sharp every week. And speaking of being sharp, some tough teams to beat in there. Who are the teams to beat, you think?
Well, actually last night, or Friday night, we just lost to Jefferson, a close game, and I think we were the early preseason favorites to win the conference, so that was disappointing. So Jefferson they got a heck of a team. East Troy is really good. Jeff Crandall, he throws the ball around, they score a lot of points, and the other one I think that's undefeated right now at 2-0 is, I can't think of it right now.
All right.
But there's 3 of them. I know that.
Yeah, and always tough. And so, you know, coming off of a loss like that, sometimes, you know, that can propel you to a big season. Everything's still in front of you guys right there. How did the team handle that loss against Jefferson on Friday?
Well, I'll tell you, we had the lead late in the game, and Jefferson took the ball, and they just, I mean, they're a pound-it style of offense, and they came down, and it's demoralizing when you can't stop them. They started, deep in their territory and took the whole quarter, came down, scored. We got the ball back, and we ended up getting down to the 5-yard line with time running out on us. And we have a great field goal kicker, so we could have tied the game, went into overtime, but we just need a couple more clicks. But sometimes it's good to have that early loss. It kind of refocuses you. It's tough in this conference because there's no preseason games. We lost a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of good players, and I think we're going to peak later in the season than early. We're still trying to figure things out. But we need a little help from the other teams to knock off Jefferson. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, I think you guys will be all right too. Talk about that remaining schedule. What does that look like?
We have, actually, the other undefeated team is Beloit Turner, who we play this Friday. So that's going to be a make or break game for our season. That's a must win if we want to compete for the Rock Valley title still. They're a very good team. They got a new coach in there. I think it's his second year. Going to kids invested in football. And traditionally they haven't been real strong, but they are one good football team this year. It's going to be exciting.
We will look forward to that. Look forward to seeing you guys on Channel 57 a little bit later on in the season as well. Coach Maves, thanks for coming on in and joining us this week.
Thanks for having me.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics. Back on the sports news now, we bring in a familiar face in Gemini James McIntyre. He's a promoter, he's a coach, he's a fighter, does it all. And James, welcome back to the program. Let's talk a little bit about Ford's Gym. What's been going on at the gym now? Anything new changing over there?
Yeah, actually, we've been having a huge influx of women lately. I don't know what's going on, but it usually used to be just like one girl in the gym, a couple girls in the gym, but now I couldn't even tell you how many women, especially on the boxing side. We probably got about 10 women in there, so it's a different type of change, but it's fun and beautiful.
Wow, interesting. So where do you think this surge in female interest is coming from?
It doesn't hurt that we got Andrea Nelson there, of course, the head coach, and she was a champion herself. She was 11-0 at one point in time as a female fighter, so having her there was great. And I just think that over time you had women like Layla Ali, Gina Carano, now you got Ronda Rousey, you got Holly Holmes, Misha Tate, and those are all beautiful women. So I think that now that women are finding that they don't have to fit like the stereotype of being, the burly girl with hair on their legs and stuff like that. They can still be gorgeous and be themselves and come in there and achieve their dreams and achieve their goals, still being who they are.
Yeah, and it's great that Andrew's over there too. I used to love watching her fight, and I think she was excellent. So, who are some of these ladies, and can we ever maybe see them fight here in Madison?
Oh yeah, of course. First and foremost, we got my sister still there, Terry Chuddy-Sokin, and I really think she has the ability to probably be the best fighter in her weight class if she can get fully dedicated. And I think the lady who's working the hardest and probably most influential right now is Courtney Miller. She's actually was the president at the UW Boxing Club. She won Female Student Athlete of the Year over there. She texts me every morning to let me know she's running, so she's working really hard. We got her friend Hannah Lee, and she probably has the best head movement so far in the gym. Really nice, she's real stable. And we have Katie Pickup, is one of my favorite girls in the gym. She's just an absolute workhorse. She's I couldn't even just explain it. She probably throws a more volume of punches than most men in the gym, so she's an all-around athlete. And we're working with the UW right now, trying to see if we can get a show there. So hopefully we will get a chance to see these girls fight real soon.
Oh, that'd be excellent. Yeah, is it any different though? I mean, like training women versus training men, differences in the training, is it uncomfortable at all? Talk a little bit about that if you could.
Yeah, sometimes, with the guys, if they're making a mistake, I can kind of just grab them, move them. With women, I can't really do that, and that's
watch where you grab.
Yeah, and most of the mistakes that happen usually from a waist area on a boxer or fighter. So especially for a girl, I can't just put my hands right there. So I gotta watch myself in there. But it's all the same when it's all said and done.
Well, hopefully we get to see a lot of them and see the women fight and stuff like that. Love to hear about the training aspect of it as well. James, thanks for joining us on the program. That's great stuff. We'll see you again real soon.
Thank you. See you guys soon.
We are getting closer and closer to Fight Night, the coming of the storm out at the Align Energy Center with Supreme Hits Boxing. And that's why we're going to bring in some of our fighters right now, as we're going to bring in Deonte Dorne, Marcus, and also DeRicky Chang is with us as well to talk about the Fight Night that's coming up. And welcome on in, fellas. And I'll start with you, DeRicky, if you could. Tell us a little bit how training camp's going for these fighters.
Well, it's going great. They've been training hard. They just picked up on, heavier training. So it's going great. They're doing a good job, and we're hoping to deliver a good fight.
Yeah, I actually saw, some of the most amazing athletes the last time that I saw that you guys in action. And one, of course, was you, champ, Dorne. You threw so many punches, couldn't believe it at all. You were in great shape, obviously. What are you doing this time around, though, to get in even better shape?
This time we just doing a lot more running, working on my defense and footwork for this next fight. So.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I thought your defense looked pretty good, but why not improve? It always helps. And so now that you are the champion of the world, tell me, what are you hoping to accomplish next?
Well, right now, the next thing we're hoping to accomplish is fight more like the toughest opponent in my weight class and win more world titles.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great. And Deonte, your nickname is Boomaye. So where did you get that nickname? How did that, come about? And what does it mean?
Well, of course, I got the name from one of the greatest fighters of all time, or the greatest fighter of all time, Muhammad Ali, when he was training for his fight over in Africa against George Foreman. And the power that he had as far as the people of Zaire training with him or running with him and chanting Ali Boomaye, Ali Boomaye, which basically means Ali killed him. So I love the fire that connotation comes with fighting.
Absolutely, and it gets you pumped up, and it's kind of funny. I actually watched that fight with a friend of mine 1 week before Muhammad Ali died, and so great fight, a lot of energy off of that. So DeRicky, we're coming up. Fight Night is less than a month away. Tickets are going fast. How pumped are you guys for this show?
We're pumped. The fighters have been training hard. They're ready. Me and President Maurice Muhammad been working real hard to bring you guys a good show. So we're pumped. We're ready to bring the show.
And Marcus, we're going to be excited to watch you fight as well in the heavyweight division. Tell us what you're going to bring to this card.
Style, jabs, offense, and defense.
Love it. And we'll be looking for a knockout from you as well, hopefully. So big fight night coming up. And again, it is the 24th of September, Saturday night, out at the Align Energy Center with Supreme Hits Boxing, the coming of the storm. We hope to see you there. I'll be there. So hopefully you will too. Gentlemen, we'll see you then on Fight Night. Thanks for being here.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brought to you by Conan Automotive, taking care of you by taking care of your family's car.
Welcome back to the Sports News. I'm Ellen Barrett, and now we are joined by Jordan Garenstrom and Samuel McCulloch, and now they are the CEO and also an Olympic athlete you might be familiar with, just coming back from Rio here, but they are also with Mate Bros, and that is a natural energy drink. Thank you both for being with us today.
Thanks for having us, Ellen.
Appreciate it.
We love having you guys on the show, and it's been a little bit, so Sam, we want to catch up with you first. You were just at the Olympics. Oh my gosh, how was it?
It was a dream come true. Being in Rio was one of the most gorgeous countries I've ever been to in my entire life. Competing and getting all the support from the U.S. just meant the world to me, and I'm glad to be home and ready to train for Tokyo 2020 now.
I love that. Always looking forward. And now, Jordan, you were also in Rio, and if you guys had the chance to follow them on Snapchat, wow, I was just living vicariously through your Snapchats in Rio. That had to have been amazing to go to Rio as well.
Yeah, it was quite the experience. Like Sam said, a dream come true. Not even competing, but getting to watch my best friend and business partner compete was something that you really only get to experience once in your life if you even are lucky enough to have that opportunity. So very blessed, and I'm glad you enjoyed the Snapchat.
I really did, and I'm sure our viewers did as well. And now, Jordan, what are some updates too about Mate Bros, the energy drink?
Mate Bros is going great. We have Sam back in California right now, so we're collaborating on some new ideas. We're entering the obstacle/American Ninja Warrior world. It's a very exciting thing for us. Yeah, we're good friends with Casey Catanzaro, which was the first female to run up the warp wall. good friend of ours, and she loves our product. So we're excited about that. Amazon as well is going great.
I love to hear that, and sounds really exciting stuff. I love that show. And now, Sam, were you able to drink Mate Bros at the Olympics, being able to, you're traveling across borders there?
Yeah, well, it's actually funny because I didn't bring like the actual can of, or I brought 7 cans of Mate Bros because I didn't want to bring a whole case, going through country, it's too much to carry. So I brought a gourd and bombilla with some loose leaf tea because it's much lighter, and I can use that throughout the duration of the Olympics. But on one of the days, my gourd actually broke, so it was right before team finals. So luckily I brought those 7 cans of mate, and right before team finals, I popped 2 and just was ready to go and compete. And I mean, I don't know if you watched team finals, but that was definitely the most energized and upbeat competition for me.
Absolutely, and it was pretty surreal here for us here in Madison, Wisconsin, to be turning on the TV and seeing Sam McCulloch, who we have on the sports news. So that was such a cool moment for us here as well. And I want to kind of turn back to Mate Bros as well. Do you guys have any events coming up?
Oh yes, we do in Wisconsin. We're going to the Women's Expo. It's in November. So if you're in the area, make sure that you attend the event. We're very excited, and we might have a couple celebrities that will be attending with us.
Ooh, so stay tuned, and we may see some celebrity faces as well. Very cool. And now, Sam, what is in your future for gymnastics now? And I know you mentioned Tokyo 2020. What is your future?
Well, immediately, all the Olympians are going to be a part of the Olympic tour, and that starts mid-September and goes all the way through November. And it's something that we're going to go from coast to coast, so we'll be stopping by almost every major city in the U.S., it seems like. And yeah, I mean, I could throw the details out there. If anyone wants to come watch and support, the opportunity will be out there.
Awesome, I love it. And now somebody is hearing all of this and they're thinking, I want to get my hands on some Mate Bros yerba mate. I know I tried my first one about a week ago and it was so tasty, as well as just a great energy boost. Where can people find Mate Bros yerba mate?
For the people in Madison, Wisconsin, you can just head over to your local Woodman's, grab a can. It should be in the energy drink aisle. And then for anyone that's a little bit further away watching this, you can go onto Amazon, type in Mate Bros, and you can make your first purchase of the best product ever.
I love it. And now for viewers too, I know I mentioned your Snapchat. If they want to stay connected with you, you guys are always busy on some different adventure. If they want to kind of follow the Mate Bros journey, where can they find you?
Definitely the social media accounts are the place to go, but anyone looking for extra or added value, you can go to matebros.com/newsletter and join our newsletter. We just launched a really exciting campaign called Tips from the Top, which Sam is a part of, as well as Casey and other celebrity athletes. So they're sharing their knowledge and advice and giving it directly to you to implement in your life. It's very cool stuff.
I love that, and I know you mentioned, some different people that you work with. I know you guys have a page too on your website that kind of highlights all of the different people, whether it be in different sports categories and things like that, who are also huge supporters of Mate Bros yerba mate.
We do, yeah, we're excited and we're always growing and looking to expand the network of great people.
Awesome, I love it. Again, Jordan Garenstrom and Samuel McCulloch with Mate Bros yerba mate. Thank you so much for being with us today. It's been too long, and we'll have you on again shortly, and we'll stay tuned and stay updated. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ellen. Talk soon.
And the sports news will be back with more right after this.
A special thank you to Conan Automotive in Stoughton for supporting local athletics. Love talking baseball and love talking Team Heat as well, because Team Heat, one of these local travel teams, is really one of the best and will help you get seen by college recruiters. And as proof of that, we're going to bring in a couple of former Team Heat members here now, as we have Jared Nelson and Ben Rorkvet, who are joining us right now. And gentlemen, thanks for joining us, and I want to talk about college. Jared, I know you're already there. Ben, you're going there. If you guys could, talk about your schools for us, please.
I currently attend Southmount Community College. I play catcher in Phoenix, Arizona.
Okay.
I'm a senior at Veronier High School, and I'm committed to the University of Arkansas. I'm also a catcher as well, and yeah, so it's just nice getting down south and being able to play in the SEC conference.
I bet being able to play and practice year-round is always good stuff. So talk about like your schools and how they got a chance to see you for the first time, because a lot of people don't understand, how does that whole process work?
Well, being in Arizona, it was hard for me to get in front of my school, like personally, but it was good for me to send video down to them, and they were able to see me in action.
For me, just being able to attend bigger tournaments in the summer and get in front of the coaches, it was kind of cool for me because Arkansas didn't actually come to see me play. They came to see our pitcher play, and I was catching the pitcher, and they liked what they saw. They kept coming back. That was a tournament in Missouri. They saw me a couple games, and then they invited me on a recruiting visit, and fell in love with it, and no turning back from there.
Excellent stuff. That's always good when they like what they see. And talk about, too, a little bit the difference between playing high school baseball and then being on a travel team. So what are the main differences?
I would say, I mean, not only just the competition is totally different, but it's way more competitive, obviously. But just meeting new guys from all over the state or all over the country, it's a whole different experience. And it's just a ton of fun.
Yeah, I mean, high school, it's all the dudes that you've been playing with since Little League ball, and it's just fun having those memories for high school. But then summer ball is a lot of people coming together. Usually, it's the select kids from high school that really take baseball in stride and really enjoy it and have a passion for it. And so they all come out with a team, and it's a lot more competitive, and there's a lot of better ball players in the summer.
How about tips for like guys that are in high school right now that are playing ball? How do they get to the next level?
Well, you obviously got to work hard towards it. That's the most important thing. If that's what they want to do, and that's my biggest recommendation for them is just to work hard and have a love for the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and quickly, and Ben, maybe I'll ask you, favorite moment of playing with Team Heat? Well?
For me, I mean, just enjoying time with all the team and just the teammates and all the camaraderie is always a blast. Just meeting new friends and lifelong friends. I mean, I'll never forget it.
Great stuff. Ben and also Jared, thank you for joining us here, and we will have more right after this on Channel 57 Sports.